Hi, welcome to Bar Cart Bookshelf, a video series about books and the drinks they inspire. My name is Elias, and today we're talking about The Mimicking of Known Successes by Malka Older. All April long, we're going to be talking about novellas here on Bar Cart Bookshelf, these shorter reads here at the start of the spring, and I'm so excited to kick us off with The Mimicking of Known Successes. The Mimicking of Known Successes is a sapphic sci-fi mystery set sometime in the future, maybe a few centuries from now, where humanity has largely relocated to Jupiter, renamed Giant. And here we see a Sherlock Holmesian character. It's a very direct Holmes pastiche in the best way, in investigator Mossa, and for her Dr. Watson, who's narrating the adventure and serving as assistant, her former girlfriend from university, now a scholar in classics, which here is classical ecology and literature, rather than the more traditional definition here in the 21st century that's really heavily focused, especially in the public perception, on the ancient Mediterranean world, the scholar Platy. It's a lot of fun. It's very atmospheric in this sort of gas lamp mystery tradition here on a literal gas giant. There are towns and communities built on platforms there on Jupiter, rail cars. There's a point at which we lament that because public transit is free, there's no ticketing, which makes it a little harder to solve the mystery. It's a really nice, tight mystery where you get to see not only a connection to the concerns of the present day, but also the ways in which that can be extrapolated out into this sort of post-Earth community. I really had a lot of fun with it, and I know it's something that I say with a lot of these like novella mysteries. I would love to see more. You know, I've said this for Mai Tais for the Lost, for Come Up and Served Cold, for Uncommon Charm, and I'm so excited that for once I can say, yes, I know definitively that I'm going to get another adventure with this detective and this assistant. So there is going to be a sequel to The Mimicking of Known Successes, another standalone mystery coming next year. And so with all of these things that we really love in a book, a focus on renewing relationships, on queer relationships, on ecology, and on a clever little mystery puzzle. Of course, we had to have a drink inspired by The Mimicking of Known Successes. And so without any further ado, why don't we turn to this week's drink, Giantesque, because it is reminiscent of Jupiter or Giant. So we're going to start with 1.5 ounces of cognac. And this is like set in space, but it's got some really nice sort of cozy vibes. It's a good read for, you know, these April showers, these rainy days. And because it's a novella, it's a nice, tight, short read, something that you can read, you know, in the afternoon, on a weekend, or over the course of 2 evenings when you're done with work. We've got our 1.5 ounces of cognac in there. Now we're going to sweeten things up a little bit with some orange curacao. Got that Pierre Ferrand orange curacao. Nice sort of sweet orange. We're going to get 1/2 ounce of that. One of the sort of defining features of Giant is these orange mists that float through all the platforms. It really gives you a sense of place and of atmosphere. It's a lot chillier, you know, than I expect. Just, you know, it makes sense because it's out beyond the asteroid belt. Of course, Jupiter is going to be quite a bit colder than Earth here. But, you know, it's still very warm with those oranges and reds and sort of warm colors. So we've got that orange carousel in there. Next, to balance things up, to add a little bit of herbaceousness, we are going to get half an ounce, theoretically, of dry vermouth. Man, there we go. Some of these bottles, they'll stick together after just a night. All right. So we'll get half an ounce of that dry vermouth in there. And you can use your favorite dry vermouth. I'm using Martini and Rossi today, but Dolan's going to work very well, Noilly Prat also. And then finally, for a bit more warmth and a bit more of that comforting, cozy vibe, we're going to get half an ounce of cinnamon syrup in there. Nice, easy, made by infusing your simple syrup for about a day or so with some cinnamon sticks, a nice sort of herbal, not so much a red hot cinnamon as that lovely true cinnamon stick quality. And so there you have it. We're going to get our ice down into our mixing glass. Lovely, lovely. And give it a stir. It's nice to see some really sort of classic detective fiction tropes and ideas and sort of topics in this new setting, and concerned with these very science fictional sorts of ideals, but also deeply relevant. Older's work, including the Infomocracy trilogy, which I read several years ago, is concerned with human societies and communities, and that continues forward here in the Mimicking of Known Successes in a way that I found really engaging. Lovely. And now that that's nice and stirred and chilled and diluted, we will strain into our cocktail glass. Beautiful. And there you have it. This is the Giantesque, a stirred cocktail inspired by the Mimicking of Known Successes. Something a little warm, not too heavy, not too light, refreshing for a rainy day in the springtime or a misty day out beyond the Asteroid Belt on Giant. The Mimicking of Known Successes is available now. Got a link to snag the book in the description below, as well as to the Boston Shaker, where we get all of our tools and ingredients. If you don't feel like making cinnamon syrup yourself, that's a great place to buy a bottle. Things like the spoon, the jigger, all of that. To various forms of social media, including Twitter and Instagram, where there is a written version of today's recipe. Please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about what we do here. It really helps us find new audiences, and it makes me tremendously happy to see that thumbs up down below. Try the drink, let me know what you think, and until next time, cheers.